Welcome back here with us on Times Now, and our focus continues to be the ongoing debate on the Constitution, which is currently happening in the Lok Sabha, in the Parliament. In just a few minutes from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be giving his reply to this particular debate. And earlier today, we heard from Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, who invoked Savarkar. In fact, he said, Savarkar had said, there's nothing Indian about the Indian Constitution. And he used this to attack the BJP. Listen in.
Mr. Savarkar has clearly stated in his writings that there is nothing Indian about our Constitution. He has clearly stated that the book India is run by should be superseded by this book. And this is what the fight is about. Now, it's nice that all of you are so-called defending the Constitution. But I want to ask you, do you stand by your leader's words? Do you support your leader's words? Because when you speak in Parliament about protecting the Constitution, you are ridiculing Savarkar.
So there you heard the Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi earlier using the issue of Savarkar and what he had said to target the Bharatiya Janata Party, and now BJP has also responded to this particular in fact attack that earlier came from Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi. BJP is slamming insult to a patriot. BJP in fact dared Uddhav Thackeray. Will Uddhav Thackeray also slam this insult to Savarkar? That's the latest update coming in at this point in time, and specifically Uddhav Thackeray is being questioned here because Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena is a part of the INDIA bloc along with the Congress party. Let's listen in.
वीर सावरकर जैसे राष्ट्रभक्तों का अपमान, यही राहुल गांधी की पहचान। आज राहुल गांधी ने पार्लियामेंट में बोलते वक्त फिर से वीर सावरकर जी का अपमान किया। वैसे इंदिरा जी तो प्रशंसा के पुल बांधती थी, तो क्या राहुल गांधी ने इंदिरा जी को और उनके सोच को, विचारों को त्यागने का काम किया है? राहुल गांधी बार बार वीर सावरकर जी का अपमान करते हैं, परंतु सवाल यह है कि उद्धव ठाकरे जी, आप कहते थे कि वीर सावरकर जी के अपमान करने वाले लोगों को आपने समझा दिया है, आप चप्पल जूते से मारेंगे अगर किसी ने अपमान किया तो। अब तो कम से कम स्टैंड लीजिए। चुनाव में तो जनता ने बता दिया कि आप विचारों के विषय में आप सावरकर जी से भी अलग हो गए, बाला साहेब ठाकरे जी से भी अलग हो गए। अब तो वोट की मजबूरी भी नहीं है, चुनाव की मजबूरी भी नहीं है। क्या स्टैंड है आपका सावरकर जी के इस लगातार अपमान पर? और राहुल गांधी जी, शरद पवार जी, इंदिरा जी, यशवंतराव चव्हाण जी, ये सभी लोग गलत है, आप सही हैं। ये दिखाता है कि एक ही परिवार के महिमा मंडन के चक्कर में हर राष्ट्रवादी राष्ट्रभक्त को अपमानित करना, चाहे सावरकर जी हो, चाहे आंबेडकर जी हो, चाहे पटेल जी हो, ये इनके परिवार की फितरत है।
So that was the reaction that we got from the Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, let's also tell you a little bit about the heated exchange that happened earlier between the BJP and the opposition INDIA bloc. The day 2 of the debate began with Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju taking a veiled dig at the Congress party in the Lok Sabha. Kiren Rijiju alleged that Congress never aimed to make India a developed country. Rijiju also slammed the Congress party for spreading fake narratives and said that India is the safest haven for minorities in the world as the Constitution protects their rights. Even BJP MP Tejasvi Surya slammed the Congress party and accused the party of giving away Kachativu Island to Sri Lanka in 1974. Listen in.
जो नैरेटिव क्रिएट किया जा रहा है, मैं आपके सामने में बहुत बोलना चाहता हूं सर। तो माइनॉरिटीज का खिलाफ जुल्म होता है या कुछ दिक्कतें आते हैं, सबसे पहला देश जहां वो आते हैं संरक्षण लेने के लिए वो है भारत देश में। यहां सेफ है इसलिए तो आते हैं। फिर ऐसे बातें क्यों कहा जाता है कि इस देश में माइनॉरिटीज को कोई प्रोटेक्शन नहीं है? माइनॉरिटी ठीक है, इंसिडेंट कहीं होता होगा, माइनॉरिटी मेजोरिटी इंडिविजुअल घर घर में परिवार में भी झगड़ा होते हैं, गांव गांव में झगड़ा होते हैं। इसको भारत में अल्पसंख्यकों को कोई जगह नहीं दिया जा रहा है। आप गुरुद्वारा नहीं जाने दिया जा रहा है, मुसलमानों को दरगाह नहीं जाने दिया जा रहा है। ऐसे क्यों कहते हैं? इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूं कि ऐसा बातें नहीं करना चाहिए जिससे देश का छवि को नुकसान होता है। ये मैं किसी एक पार्टी के लिए नहीं कह रहा हूं, मैं देश के लिए कह रहा हूं। संविधान में जो अमेंडमेंट होते हैं वो आपने भी किया है, हमने भी किया है। आपने ज्यादा किया, हमारा कम है। लेकिन मैं केंद्रित किस बात में करना चाहता हूं, आपने अमेंडमेंट किस लिए किया था? 39 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट क्यों किया? वो इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट ने जो इंदिरा गांधी जी के खिलाफ जजमेंट दिया उसको बदलने के लिए आपने संविधान को आपने 42nd अमेंडमेंट क्यों किया? संविधान को जो प्रियम्बल को बदलने के लिए आपने 42nd अमेंडमेंट संविधान को किया है। हमने संविधान बदलाव किया, महिलाओं को आरक्षण देने के लिए संविधान का बदलाव किया। हमने संविधान का बदलाव किया है ओबीसी को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन दर्जा देने के लिए।
And in fact, we now have another reaction coming in from Union Minister Kiren Rijiju, who has in fact responded to Rahul Gandhi's attack, specifically on Savarkar, and he has put out a document in fact on social media platform X, and he says, and I quote, "This document is for Rahul Gandhi ji as he made an incorrect statement in the Lok Sabha about Veer Savarkar." And this document in fact that Kiren Rijiju, the Union Minister, has put out is a letter written by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1980, the then Prime Minister, on the eve of Veer Savarkar's birth centenary celebrations, in which she refers to him as a remarkable son of India. That's the news that we are getting for you. Kiren Rijiju, the Union Minister, has cited a letter that was written in the year 1980, and that's the letter that I'm talking about, that you can see on your screen, signed by Indira Gandhi, where the highlighted point is that the plans to celebrate the birth centenary of this remarkable son of India, and here the reference in fact is for Veer Savarkar. That's the update that we are getting for you. Let's go across to my colleague Rishabh joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Rishabh, give us more details, because now Union Minister Kiren Rijiju has also put out a letter written in the year 1980 citing Indira Gandhi.
Well, definitely, the point is that while we are discussing Constitution, a lot of historical evidences are being put forward. Just after Rahul Gandhi invoked Savarkar and alleged that Savarkar had said that there's nothing Indian in Indian Constitution, now Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju has led the charge against Rahul Gandhi by putting out a document that was signed by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1980. And remember, 1980 is the year when Indira Gandhi had just made a comeback after a debacle in 1977 election, where Congress lost for the first time in general elections, after emergency was lifted and general elections were called in. By 1980, the Janata Party government crumbled and fresh elections were called in when Indira Gandhi made a comeback. After that, on the birth centenary of Veer Savarkar, V.D. Savarkar for that matter, it was decided that the birth centenary of Savarkar will be celebrated, and this letter is from that time. And BJP has been using this letter every time there is barb being hurled by Rahul Gandhi or Congress party on Savarkar. Remember when Shiv Sena aligned with Congress to form the MVA government in Maharashtra in 2019, and then in 2022 when the Eknath Shinde-led faction from Shiv Sena walked out of MVA alliance and joined hand with BJP, Rahul's continuous attack on Savarkar was said to be one of the major factors that irritated the Shiv Sena MLAs, and they wanted to cut ties with Congress party, saying that we cannot join hands with people who do not respect Marathi icons like V.D. Savarkar. Remains to be seen what Congress's response to this would be, and how this time around Congress will defend Rahul's remark. But yes, Rahul invoking Savarkar has in a way, and especially with Rahul showing Manusmriti and calling it the book that is followed by BJP and the RSS and other supporters, and Constitution that he said is followed by Congress party and the opposition in the House. Remains to be seen how things unfold from bombshell and what this would be. Remember, this fight is not going to end on the floor of the House. We'll see more press conferences. We'll see more statements coming in from the leaders from both the sides. And this is not going to die down this soon or this easily. It's going to set the tone and tenor of the parliament in the last remaining week of winter session, and especially with One Nation One Poll being scheduled to be tabled in the House on Monday, in Lok Sabha on Monday. We are bracing for a stormy week ahead, as well as we have seen the rest of the winter session being washed out time and again. Hardly any business has taken place in both the houses. In Lok Sabha, at least there have been bills that have been discussed upon, the Vayu Odian bill, or for that matter the Railway Amendment Bill or Disaster Management Bill. In Rajya Sabha, we haven't seen that much of business as well, and hence the way Rahul Gandhi has spoken, his 22-minute speech on the floor of the House is going to set the tone and tenor of the parliament in the last remaining week of the winter session.
In fact, Rishabh, we have already seen how Lok Sabha turned into a battleground literally on the issue of Savarkar ever since Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, raised it in the Lok Sabha. We know how BJP MP Nishikant Dubey also spoke about it. Can you just bring us up to speed with the comments Nishikant Dubey made? He claimed that Indira Gandhi had even funded Savarkar's trust, and how Congress party, specifically Rahul Gandhi, should stop in fact spreading lies, and he also said that Rahul Gandhi can never be Savarkar. So this clearly, it seems, dominated day two of this particular debate.
Well, definitely. See, when Rahul Gandhi was doing his Bharat Jodo Yatra, at one point where there was a controversy and someone asked him whether he will apologize for that or not, and he went on to say that "Main Gandhi hu, Savarkar nahi." And this is what Rahul Gandhi said back then. Since then, there have been a lot of talk about Congress and Savarkar ties, and now Nishikant Dubey claiming that Indira Gandhi in fact funded the Savarkar Trust during her premiership in India, and Congress has ruled this country for almost 70 years, 60 years if not less, and there have been instances where Congress, and especially Indira Gandhi, has definitely tilted center right, and in those instances we have seen Indira Gandhi actually embracing Savarkar as well. There have been times where RSS also came closer to Indira Gandhi, if not officially, unofficially,
right,
for sure, and these are the instances that
BJP Rishabh, I'm just interrupting you there, requesting you to stay on with us. We have some more breaking news as well coming in at this point in time. A controversial remark has been made by Firhad Hakim, TMC leader and West Bengal Minister Firhad Hakim, amid the raging demography debate. TMC Mantri has stirred a new controversy. Let's listen into what exactly he has said.
सब सुमित राय साहब थे। हम एक ऐसे कौम से हैं जो कौम, बंगाल में तो हम 33% हैं, मगर हिंदुस्तान में भी हम सिर्फ 17% है और हमें माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटी कहा जाता है। मगर हम अपने आप को माइनॉरिटी नहीं सोचते हैं। हम सोचते हैं अगर अल्लाह की रहमत है हमारे ऊपर, अगर तालीम हमारे साथ है, तो हम एक दिन मेजॉरिटी से भी मेजॉरिटी हो सकते हैं, और हम अपने अल्लाह की ये मेहरबानी होगी जो हम अपने ताकत से ये हासिल करेंगे। हमारे कौम बहुत सारी जगह हम देखते हैं, कुछ भी होता है तो मोमबत्ती भी छील करते हैं। वी वांट जस्टिस, वी वांट जस्टिस। हम कहते हैं मिছিল करके जस्टिस मांगने से नहीं होगा। अपने औकात, अपने रुतबा ऐसे जगह पर बढ़ा जो तुम खुद जस्टिस देने के लायक होगे। जस्टिस मांगोगे नहीं, जस्टिस दोगे।
Let's now go across to my colleague Shreya joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Shreya, majority se bhi majority ho sakte hain. How should one really read this kind of a remark coming in from Firhad Hakim? Because he was saying that as far as Bengal is concerned, the population of minorities is about 33% in the country. It's about 17% in India. He said we are a minority, but we don't really consider ourselves a minority. Hum majority se bhi majority ho sakte hain.
Well, of course, we see Firhad Hakim, the mayor of Kolkata, makes a controversial statement. Remember, today he was attending one program at Dhanadhanya Auditorium in Kolkata, and he was present as the chief guest in the occasion of an educational conference, where he said he gave a data. He says that in Bengal we are 33%, and in India we are just 17%, but if Allah be with us, then we can become the majority. So, of course, it is a very controversial remark that is coming from Kolkata's mayor, Firhad Hakim. We see BJP takes offense, and Amit Malviya has also posted on his X handle. He says that before this, Firhad Hakim has gone to describe non-Muslims as unfortunate and endorsed for Dawat-e-Islam. And this is the time Firhad Hakim is envisioning a future where Muslims will no longer rely on peaceful protests or marches, but will take justice into their own hands. So, of course, we see that BJP takes offense after this kind of comment from the Kolkata mayor.
Right. Shreya, stay on with us. Let's, in fact, once again listen into what exactly Firhad Hakim had to say. Okay, we'll get you that reaction once again. But Shreya, clearly the way this statement has been made, it is, clear that it's going to become a big political issue as well, isn't it?
Well, of course, it becomes a political issue because remember, as far as West Bengal is concerned, we have seen time and again BJP have said that Mamata Banerjee tries, to woo the Muslim vote bank, and she also, remember, just before few days, Shubhendu Adhikari have said that Mamata Banerjee
right.
tries.
Shreya, I'm just interrupting you there. Please stay on with us. We have Shishir Bajoria of the BJP joining us on the broadcast as well. Shishir Bajoria, good evening. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. How will you like to respond to this remark made by Firhad Hakim? We are from that community. In Bengal, we are 33%. In India, we are just 17%. We are called a minority community, and we can achieve the status of being, we can even become the majority of majority. I mean, that's exactly what he said. Hum majority se bhi majority ho sakte hain. Your reaction?
Well, first of all, I would say Firhad Hakim ji this is not the first time he has made comments like this. He took a Pakistani journalist to his own elected area and said, look, I will show you mini Pakistan. He happens to be the mayor of our city. Number two, he has said this earlier also. Basically, what he is doing, what Mamata Banerjee is trying to hide and do, he brings it out in the open. This is the Trinamool policy. They only depend on one particular community's vote, and they do everything for that. I will name you, just next to Kolkata, it's actually part of extended Kolkata, is a huge colony of about 3,000 apartments called Gulshan Colony. All minorities. Where have they come from? From across. They actually ferry in people. They have their own system they bring in. And today what Firhad Hakim has said, he has simply made public what their real thought is. This is deplorable, and I'm sure Government of India has heard this and will take appropriate steps.
All right. So BJP calling this remark deplorable. Thank you very much, Shishir Bajoria. Appreciate you joining us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. With this, we will slip into a